Carmen blinked. She panned her surroundings and saw Birch rubbing his head. He looked up at her, a questioning expression on his face. "Shane and Atticus?" Carmen shrugged. "Weren't they just here?" Birch thumbed toward the pond. "Did you see what I saw? Did Scooter just off himself?" Feeling significantly overwhelmed, Carmen put both her hands to her head. "I think so. Something's not right here. I'm going to the cops." "Be careful. Don't leave him alone." Carmen knew he was talking about Shane. She looked at the Rollins house. Carmen felt a tap and nearly pissed herself. Holy shit! She stared menacingly into the eyes of her older cousin, Hector Valles. Hector tapped a button, hushing the device. "Your mama and papa sent us to fetch you, sweet thing." "Us? Who else is with you?" Another figure broke from the trees, tall and lanky. The figure swaggered toward them. "Is that David?" "Nope." "Joel?" "Not even close." He wore a wide-brimmed black hat that shielded his face in a menacing shadow. But the strange swagger... Oh, God. Is that Simon? "The one and only." "When did he get out?"
2 days ago.
"I thought he was in for another 5 years."
Got out on good behavior.
"Good behavior?"
That's what the rest of us thought too.
Atticus followed Shane out of the house and down the steps. The desperation on Shane's face was obvious. He was significantly emotionally unbalanced. Atticus had to keep them together. They must find the Geminus beasts and destroy them. And if they could not, they would, at the least, return to the compound and seek counsel with Elder Kai. Atticus must stay with his twin until Shane sees the wisdom of Atticus's counsel. Two Hispanic gun-toting men blocked Atticus and Carmen's path. One of the men was large and bulky. He donned a worn and dirty cap. Stitched on the front were the words John Deere. Just as filthy were his long-sleeved denim shirt and black jeans with cowboy boots. He held an M16. John Deere grabbed ruthlessly at her shoulder, while the other, the tall, silent one, strafed in front of her. Dressed in a black shirt, black pants, black hat, and dark sunglasses, he stood solid as the moss-speckled oaks surrounding them.
"We didn't come here to look pretty for you, cuz. The family expects us to bring you back."
"I can't leave. Not right now. Tell the family to fuck off. I'm a big girl. I can take care of myself."
"It's not a request. We were told to use force if necessary."
"Miss Carmen said she did not wish to leave with you. As gentlemen, you must respect the maiden's wishes."
"Say, cuz, where you find this essay?"
He looked Atticus over, a junkyard dog appraising its next victim. Atticus was ready, fingers gripping at the hilt of his sword, but hesitation stirred. This was Carmen's kin. He couldn't rightfully dispatch of them so easily, nor bring them an extent of physical disfigurement. Perhaps the use of his martial skills would be more appropriate. "Leave him alone, guys. His mission trumps yours."
"Not right, cuz? Check this, Simon. Carmen here says this gringo is on an important mission."
Meanwhile, Simon had fetched a hand-rolled cigarette from somewhere on his person and was taking a long pull. Simon stepped past Carmen, eyed Atticus, and blew thick, sweet-smelling smoke into Atticus's face.
Say, that should send him on a far-out mission for sure, cuz.
Come on, guys. This is serious. We don't have time to play backwoods cartel. Hector grabbed Carmen, wrenching her arms behind her back. Fuck, Hector. Let me go, god damn it.
If it makes you feel better, the gringo has to come too.
Atticus stood his ground, readying to free the maiden, willing to use force despite the men's connections to Carmen or her family. But a dizzying haze burrowed into the front of his mind, and for some odd reason it was prompting him to smile, deliriously. That wasn't a cigarette, was it? Suddenly, the butt of Simon's gun slammed into Atticus's face. Something attacked my cub. Whatever it was, near about obliterated him. Enough so that he's still recovering. I do demand you'll tell me what being attempted to decimate my cub.
Whatever it was even beyond my perception.
Slowly, incredulously, Galmoria's jaw dropped. How is that possible? The figure turned. Its black cloak made him invisible in the dark alcove. His words carried softly from the shadows.
If it is beyond my perception, then we can assume it is beyond God's as well.
A third player?
Indeed.
Vostrict! The mangled, twisted corpse twitched in Vostrict's mandibles as he scurried toward Galmoria. She ripped the fetus from his jaw and tossed it into the underground river. Galmoria leveled her twit of a guardian soldier with a dare you fuck with me glare. Have your Excorians attack. Now! Approximately 1.4 parsecs from Earth, in the Alpha Centauri star system. The Magali Ravado, the Great Rod, flagship of the Multi-Stellar Confederation, patrolled the nearby interstellar quadrants of deep space. The Magali Ravado served as the commanding fleet ship and oversees an attachment of 62 Starwing fighters and 8 Starlab observatory ships. This fleet of the MSC was patrolling a 5.2 square parsec region, which includes the quadrant of the solar system that hosts Earth. Since before the dawn of mankind, further back into the great stellar ages of deep time, the Multi-Stellar Confederation had served as the guardian angels of the multiverse. Their primary mission objective had always been to ensure political stability throughout the multiverses. This ultimate security force was comprised mostly of the Taurians, men and women who have risen above mere humanity. They have become something far more fierce and deadly. Throughout countless millennia, the Taurians aimed to achieve greater strength and endurance, aimed to supersede their mortal origins. These explorations led to biomechanical genetic augmentation, the introduction of biomachinery into their genetic code. Taurians, inherently gifted with natural psionic abilities, have become skilled adepts at technomancy. Inside the war chamber of the Magali Ravado, the pulsing shine of vibrant stars and shimmering orbs of nearby planets was a sight that never bored Admiral Mathadeus. Trillions and trillions of life forms existed solely in this one universe, and should he live for another few thousand years, he could still only dream of encountering a third of them. But on electro formats, digital archive libraries, and diplomatic virtual banks located both onboard and off-board locales found throughout undisclosed sectors of over a dozen universes, he had known a good majority of the life forms thriving within the entire space-time continuum including those that resign themselves to the inner Rhines, rarely materializing into the tangible universe. As Admiral of the Multistellar Coalition, or MSC, it was his primary objective to not only know the life forms, but to keep them all in socio-political check. "Admiral Mathadeus," Exo Corbus said, pulling Mathadeus from his stargazing.
Proceed.
"This feed was relayed less than 3 minutes ago." Admiral Mathadeus watched. 2 pilots in the foreground and a full crew in the background. The screen shook.
Starline 457, reporting unusual disturbance in engine bay. SecQuad ID, Starlion? SecQuad V9-1052. Assistance Lotus craft en route to SecQuad. Please stand by.
The screen rocked again, more violently.
Total engine failure. Starline 457, total engine failure. Engaging in distress downing. Near green planet? Negative, Starlion. No green planets in your SecQuad.
2 of the crew in the background ripped their equipment from their heads and proceeded to beating themselves with their hands. Screams so loud the sound quality of the vid feed crackled.
Code Red 57. Enemy infiltration detected. Repeat, enemy infiltration detected.
The co-pilots ripped off their headgear and masks. The flag pilot began bashing his head on the monitor, eyes bulging, red bloody tears streaming. A crack split the screen, spiderwebbing the glass. Scorpion-like bugs wriggled and shot from the pilot's eyeballs and mouths. The vid feed went black.
Mighty stars be damned. Something is attacking the Coalition.